Welcome back to the show, The Weekly Matters. If you are just joining us, today we are discussing specifically the county politics of Wajir on issues regarding leadership and the political stalemate. It has been a year since the general election, and it seems like matters Wajir politics regarding elections has not ended. And we are glad to have with us this evening Dr. Salah Abdi Sheikh, a renowned political activist and social commentator on matters in the pastoralist communities, but today discussing Wajir politics, where he has been a previous candidate in the last general election. And Ibrahim Hussein, who is an assistant director of ethics and governance in the county of Wajir, and Alas, the popular Abdullahi Alas, who is also a journalist in the region. Gentlemen, we were discussing the issue of whether, before we went for break, you had the mic in real sense, that we were discussing whether the governor was given, and you rightfully answered that. But you didn't answer my original question on the issue of meritocracy, and whether the people who are serving the people of Wajir right now under the leadership of Ambassador Muhammad Abdi were rightfully employed on the basis of merit.
I think we must appreciate that Wajir County is a cosmopolitan in terms of based on Somali community. We have almost all the communities in Wajir County. And the selection that we did in the first 2 months, we established the executives and the chief officers. I think based on that, I think we have considered all the tribes in Wajir County, fair enough.
The governor himself was quoted, and this is public knowledge, on the issue of gender. Where he said, unfortunately, coming out from a man not less than a governor, saying that our people don't want to be represented by a woman, which is not the case.
No, I must appreciate that also as a feminist, somebody who always bother on matters of gender issues. I think is an unfortunate statement, but we also need to consider that the background we came from. Today, if a certain clan, if we give them a female to an opportunity, the next morning they will storm you to the office and then say, why will you give this woman? Every community
but
has
the leaders that decide who gets what, not the people who are being led.
Yes, very true. But
let me
finish. Okay. In every community, there is the way we play the politics. We have given the opportunity to say, select one person among your professionals so that we can give an opportunity to the appointment. Every community will bring a certain person whom they are certified, who is good at the community, who is somebody who can at least look at the welfare of the community, somebody with integrity.
In basically, that statement itself will imply, if someone was to ask, that a woman cannot defend her
women.
Let me just
let's do a favor here. Yes. First, let's deconstruct the office of the Ibrahim seems not to have read the Constitution or the County Government Act very well. The moment you are elected as the governor of Wajir County, everyone becomes a voter. The vision and mission that you want to use to govern Wajir is that of the governor. What happened with the governor is, first of all, when you say he was not given a governor, he was given the mandate of 47,000 voters, as he said. 49, which means he was elected by 49,000 from Wajir, isn't it? Now, he was in office. Petitions are handled by lawyers. I don't remember Muhammad Abdi being a lawyer. So, when your legal team, about 8 of them, a barrage, of lawyers were handling the case. The issue of governance in the governor's office and in Wajir County, he was given. What did he do? Where did he get the time to change all the CECs? Where did he get the time to change all the PS? All the directors, including
now, talking of,
what I'm saying
is, I think
he had all the time. There is the issue of now wanting to please people and wanting to govern. When you want to govern, you can have all the sub-clans X, Y, Z, and you get the most competent people. If the governor had competent people, you could not worry about systems. Now, when you come as a new person into a system, first of all, in my governance experience, in the first 1 year, you don't change everyone. Like in the finance department, there was a new system of FMS. He changed everybody. In the procurement department, you change everybody. In the governor's office, you change everybody. Which means the people you are bringing have no clue or
how the thing was
how
going
the things are
on.
done. Now, it became messy for Wajir, to be honest.
Are you saying Wajir is messy right now?
It was messy and it is messy, let's be honest.
So-
What is happening is, the previous governor and this governor, Ahmed was taken to court by Muhammad Ali Mursal. Muhammad Abdi chose not to take Jir or Ahmed, isn't it?
Yes.
But with all his flaws, Muhammad Abdi has certain strength, Ahmed had certain strength. Ahmed had the strength of employing among the best for the county. That's why Uhuru went to Wajir. We will still, Salah will disagree with some of the things, but you will also say what the person did as good thing, and you will say what has done for bad thing.
Okay, now
Ahmed established systems. Muhammad Abdi destroyed the system, and that's why he's in a mess.
Before it becomes an argument. Before it becomes an argument. Before it becomes an argument between the two. Let's come back to one question.
Okay.
You asked the question of merit.
Yes.
That was the point. Yeah.
You start with when you bring the issue of merit, you must have been elected on merit.
Yes.
Yeah.
You must have been elected on
merit.
on
Yourself,
merit.
you must have
come on merit.
The moral authority.
Yes.
To decide
So
what's merit or
for
not.
you to claim merit,
Yes.
you must be a product of merit.
Yes.
Were the people who are contesting products of merit, or they were products of the acacia tree?
Yes.
And some of them even some people who stormed the acacia tree.
Yes.
You understand? The acacia tree decided one thing, and they stormed the acacia tree and
Yes.
actually overturned the decision of the acacia tree.
Yes.
So if you were selected under the acacia tree, the people who selected you have no idea about what governance is.
Yes.
The governance they know is a different ballgame altogether.
Yes.
And then you take advice from the people of the acacia tree to bring you people who will work as administrators in a system governed by law and constitution and procedures.
Yes.
Then the issue of merit is long gone. It is not.
Okay, Salah.
It is not one of the questions that you have even asked. So what is there? What is there is a negotiated government. It's a negotiated government. It's a bloated government. It's a government that has over. Is it 27 or 17? I don't know.
I'll give you the number.
Outrageous number of chief officers.
I'll give you the number.
Yes.
So just to enhance your point.
Yes.
Wajir County is the only county right now which has more than 10 PSs.
Yes.
Is between the 10 and between 10 and 20.
Yes.
27.
Yeah, is it 27? Because other counties are supposed to have the maximum number of CSs you can have is 10. There are some counties even have less than 10. I'm talking about CSs because the chief officer number is determined by the number of CSs
Okay,
that you have.
let's come to one thing. Let's come on thing.
Professor.
Let's come on thing.
One thing you have misled.
First, let me finish.
I'll give you a chance.
The chiefs of SARS are I think 17.
I'll give you the chance.
If I remember the number.
Not even 17. Not even 17.
I'll give you the chance to say. I'll give you the chance.
As a media person.
There is even a chief of staff of fishing.
Yes.
Is there?
Yes.
Chief of staff fishing.
Yes.
Of what?
Of fishing. I have not seen a viable fishing project
Yes.
in Wajir. So the issue of merit, let it go to sleep.
No,
You understand? Let's come to something else.
Professor,
Let's come to something else.
let me respond.
Okay.
One
Go
thing, we can't say that, the point of merit, the chief officers are not determined by the CCs. You can find a department, a ministry, like Ministry of Agriculture, the Department of Agriculture, Department of Livestock, Department of Fishery and other livelihood. Because we know in our region, we have what's called, product produced by the forest. Like we have a gum, we have a sinsin, a lot of things. If we utilize and venture or make if we make a research, a good research in Wajir County on kind of how many gums we can get, how many sinsin we have, we can produce
economical value to those things.
No,
okay. Allow me, Ibrahim.
Today, Wajir County, if somebody is talking of, it's like livelihood.
Okay,
Likelihood, if you at least look at
Likelihood.
it and make it viable in it,
Yes.
we can today make it, a tourism center.
It's good that you have mentioned likelihood there, and I want to tell you something. I just want to use.
But don't say that,
It's good that you have mentioned likelihood,
Yes.
and you have said that Wajir County produces many goods.
Yeah.
But I also like to remind you that, and whatever is produced there, if at all there is any, do not
Consumer rates.
It's not. First of all, there is no capacity. There is no consumption capacity for those goods, and that means those goods have to be taken to other counties. Yet there is no roads or there is no infrastructure to allow them. So what's your point?
Let's one thing that today, Northeastern, thanks God that the national government, in partnership with the donors, today our crowd is now in progress, and in the next 2 years they will have.
From the 60s.
Let me tell you, and we'll have good roads, good roads.
When you talk
And
of
now-
governance,
and-
my brother here we should not discuss the nitty-gritty small things.
Yes.
The people of Wajir have primary need,
Yes.
then there is secondary need.
Yes.
There are some things that Salah had in his manifesto. In our community, apart from the 2% who have educated and are doing business, we are a pastoral community. So any policy we develop must be one that will bring, production from animals and forestry and these things, fine. But now you should also look at when you pump water or rather money into these places, what are you getting out of it? Now, the people who are elderly, above 70, the government is giving them around 3,000 to 5,000. The previous government, they were getting money. Up to today, when I spoke to Wajir, sometimes there is still, no proper policy developed from the governor's office that can help these people. Today, Wajir is dirtier than 1 year ago. You see, what we need is the governor must take charge, whether the court decides or otherwise. That's not the point. The governor needs to sit and make decisions as the governor of Wajir.
Right. Now, Dr. Salah, and Alas thinks that the current governor is not in charge. But I just want to ask you a different question. We have talked about meritocracy, and you said there's no merit in the first place, because even the people who are supposed to initiate the issue of merit or no merit were not there, we did not come to office through any merit process. But let's just assume, for the sake of argument, that now that they were elected. Wait.
Please, Ahmed, don't mislead the people. 49 people, according to Article 1 of the Constitution.
Yes.
The will of the people. The will of the people.
Let him ask the question.
You didn't get my question. You didn't get my question.
Ibrahim, you're a lawyer.
No,
Don't lawyer the answers.
You didn't get my question.
Don't lawyer the answers. Just let him ask the question.
Let him respect
Would you want,
the Article
do you want
1
to be
and
the host
2.
for the show?
No, I don't.
Okay, let me ask the
So
question.
let him ask the
Let me ask the question.
But let's appreciate.
It is his show.
Yeah.
You can ask any question.
Let me ask the question.
But I've been invited.
No, of course, I will give you the chance
You
to
give the
answer.
chance to respond.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you cannot choose word for us.
Okay,
That's the
let's go.
point. Okay, the thing is, Salah, we have been talking about merit, and as I said, and I still repeat, that you argue that there is no merit in the first place. It's not me saying, it's Zahra's point. Now, right now, we have people who are employed, and we see many people who earn salaries from the counties of northern Kenya, including Wajir, who are loitering in Nairobi. Some call them ghost workers. I would like you to give us your view regarding the ghost workers and whether people are getting value, whether the county governments of northern Kenya, including Wajir, are getting value for the employees they have.
Let me start with the meritocracy, then come to the, and I would like to be allowed to finish my point.
Yes, please do.
Please,
Yeah,
protect
please
me.
do. I will.
Because Somalis say,
Yes.
you cannot die because of the bitterness of words.
Yes.
You understand? You will still be alive,
Yes.
even if you hear very bitter words.
Yes.
So let's come to the idea of meritocracy.
Yes.
Plato,
Yes.
or I know there's Aristotle, I think Plato,
Yes.
is the one who said that the problem with democracy is it may actually get rotten. It may deteriorate to a point where it moves away from democracy to demagoguery. It's like the idea of, if you see a doctor and a guy who sells sweets, the doctor tells you, I will give you injections and I will give you bitter medicines and you will get better. The guy who sells sweets tells you, I will give you these sweets and they are sweet and they are nice and you will not feel any pain. But this fellow is going to give you pain.
Pain.
Who do you think in a democracy will survive? The doctor who injects people and inflicts pain, or the fellow who sells candies and sweets, which are bad for your health, by the way.
Suits the pain.
So the fellow who will survive is the one who sells sweets.
Yes. And not the
So
one
what has
who
happened in
uses the
Niger
thing.
is
Yes.
the people who sell sweets are the ones who survived.
Yes.
Whether 49,000 elect you,
Yes.
or whether 100,000, 164,000 elect you,
Yes.
it is still the same thing.
Yes.
Some people say we'll give people handouts, and the people who said we'll give handouts are the ones who survived.
Who survived.
So let's come to the second point, which was,
Yes.
if you repeat for me the question, the second point was?
The second point, whether the people of Northern Kenya are getting value.
Now,
to
you
their
want,
money.
when you now continue now with the same discussion,
Yes, yes.
when you had promised people handouts.
And I would like us to take it from there. My director is on my neck. I
Yes.
want us to go for a short break. But
Yes.
I will, if you
Let
allow
me finish.
we'll continue from
When you promise the tribes,
I'm told
the
to cut you,
clans.
and we will come back and start with you.
Okay.
Yeah, I would like to remind our viewers we are going for our last and the final segment. We'll be back shortly. As usual, we are also live on our Facebook page, Horizon TV Kenya, and Twitter at Horizon TV Kenya. Myself at Ahmed Qadar 1. Keep it there. We'll be back shortly.